The class of 2025 have chosen Crew Chris McLean to say a few words. Therefore, I have the pleasure of welcoming Crew Chris up onto the stage.
Thank you, Crew Mark. Good afternoon, visiting families, parents, esteemed colleagues, those streaming online from around the world, the school board, and of course, most importantly, the 2025 graduating class. What an honor it is to stand before you on this momentous occasion. While many of you know me as the history and global politics teacher, I've had the privilege of watching many of tonight's graduates grow up since they were in grade 7. I can confirm that Wei Lin was just as much the superhero in disguise back then as she is now. Over the past 6 years, I've come to know this bright collection of young people as a teacher, a sports coach, a host family parent, and a Model UN coordinator. As I prepared for tonight, I realized something. It's been exactly 22 years since I sat where you graduates are sitting now. After completing the IB program, I still remember vividly the robes and the caps, that feeling of the mixture of awkwardness and excitement. I even remember the subtle eyeshadow my girlfriend wore that evening. But do you know what I don't remember at all? The teacher's graduation speech. So, with that humbling reality in mind, I make you all this promise. If I cannot make this speech memorable, I will at least try to keep it brief. So, tonight is a moment of profound transition for so many of us. For the parents here tonight, I see your mixed emotions of immense pride and perhaps some sadness that your children are now moving into adulthood. Graduates, take a moment tonight to thank your families, your friends, your teachers. Their love, sacrifice, and unwavering support has been instrumental in bringing you to this moment today. Tonight, you stand at the threshold of one of life's critical transitions. You're about to step away from the familiar rhythms and support structure of school life into a world characterized by uncertainty and change. The future you're entering faces shifting geopolitical alliances, technological revolution, climate challenges, demographic shifts, and economic uncertainty. Statistically, your generation, Gen Z, is projected to have more than 18 different jobs across 6 different careers in your lifetime. So in this context, what reflections, what final lessons can I share with you today? As I thought about this question, I realized that your experiences here have already prepared you for this moment. The first lesson is to embrace failure and embrace struggle. Something we quickly realize as we enter adulthood is that we are owed nothing. Not success, not happiness, not an easy life. Embrace the fact that you're going to fail sometimes. You're going to struggle. You're going to make mistakes. If you do, it means you're trying new skills and you're learning. Theodore Roosevelt once said, "It is not the critic who counts. The real credit belongs to the person actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again, and who, if lucky, knows in the end, triumph." Roger Federer is among the greatest tennis players of all time. He won 103 ATP titles, but he only won 54% of the points he played in his career. That means he lost about half the points he ever played. Federer saw mistakes and struggles for what they are: opportunities to collect information and then adapt and persevere. But the truth is, so many of you have already shown this resilience and this attitude. Kenya and Layla, you arrived here with limited English, but you didn't let that stop you. We have now all gotten to know your big personalities and your sense of humor as your language skills have improved. Dika, when grappling with the complexities of physics, once asked in exasperation, "Why does the universe need to be this complex?" But rather than give up, Dika, you kept pushing through, learning that complexity often reveals beauty and deeper understanding. Naja, while conducting environmental field research in Krabi during your SIT, you had a tick on your eyeball for 4 days. 4 days. But you didn't let that stop you from carrying on with your work. Moments of struggles like these were not setbacks. They were building your resilience and your tenacity, which you will now take with you wherever you go next. My second message is about the power of diverse perspectives. You will be entering college campuses and social contexts that are highly polarized. Social media algorithms will tell you that nuance doesn't matter, but it does. We know that collaboration across cultural, social, and intellectual boundaries is essential for solving the challenges that we face. Research shows teams with high individual IQs, but similar backgrounds, are outperformed by mixed groups with different perspectives. We all have blind spots we don't know exist. Someone who has experienced the world through an entirely different lens can see possibilities others miss. But as UWC graduates, you already understand this. Crystal, when you decided to fast during Ramadan to better understand your Muslim classmates' physical experience, that act of empathy and curiosity gave you insights no textbook can provide. Lazar, as a Serbian, when you argued passionately for Croatian interests at Model UN, you were practicing intellectual flexibility that will serve you through life. You spent hours researching cultural perspectives and historical grievances of a country that your own has viewed as an enemy for generations. Rabab, you entered our global politics class as a proud realist, absolutely certain about the universality of human rights. You now exit the class a liberalist, uncertain about the viability of human rights, having learned the most valuable lesson of all, intellectual humility. Sometimes the smartest thing you can say is, I don't know yet. The world needs bridge builders like Crystal, intellectual adventurers like Lazar, and brave questioners like Rabab, who aren't afraid to change their minds. I'm getting to my last lesson now. I wish for all of you to be happy, but it's not easy. So my third lesson is to prioritize meaningful connection. The late Harvard Business School professor Clayton Christensen noticed that at alumni gatherings, his former students, while successful in their careers, appeared to be deeply unhappy. Why? As you move forward in your adult lives, you will find it dangerously easy to invest your time and your energy into achievements that ultimately leave you unfulfilled. You will feel pressure to measure your worth through prestigious titles, salary milestones, and material possessions. But true fulfillment comes from something else entirely. The longest and largest study on happiness shows it is meaningful connections to others that keep us happier and healthier. But I've already seen you doing this. Reese, while connecting everything to Wales, always took advantage of opportunities to participate in school initiatives, connect with others, and learn new skills. Risanga, you always seemed to be on stage dancing. It didn't matter whether it was the African affinity group dance, the South Asian affinity group dance, or the Latin American dance group. Risanga, you were there, joyful, with a bright smile, celebrating the moment with your friends. 22 years from now, you will not remember a specific history or bio class or even IB exam, but you will remember competing together in the ASAC basketball tournament. You will remember performing in the school musical. You will remember sharing a smile and a laugh with each other in the canteen. You will remember the epic ping pong battle you had with Crew Adam. And you will remember representing your school at MUN. These are the moments when you felt fully connected to your peers. These are the moments when you felt a part of something bigger. Keep looking for that. Lean into those opportunities as you go forward. Class of 2025, you're entering a world where the old rules don't apply. But as Crew Mark and Crew John have said, look around you. Look at each other. The friendships you've formed here, the challenges you've overcome, the perspectives you've gained from classmates from dozens of countries, these are the tools you need to navigate what comes next. Steve Jobs once said, "You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward." 22 years from now, when you're my age, I hope you look back and can connect the dots from this moment to wherever you find yourself then. And while you may not remember this speech, and that's okay, I hope that you'll remember this feeling of possibility, this feeling of connection, and this feeling of having been a part of something special here at UWC Thailand. Your journey is just beginning. Congratulations, class of 2025. I would now like to invite